Hello everybody, this is Marcel from Oregon coming to you with another episode of What I Learned. In this episode we're going to have 10 things that I learned over the last few days, and some of them are going to be pretty interesting, some of them are going to be pretty depressing, but here we go. I learned that in Iran, if you throw acid in a woman's face and blind said woman, you get blinded yourself. The Iranians gouged a man's eye out because he was convicted of throwing acid on a woman 5 years ago. They carried out the sentence in accordance to Sharia law. Somehow I find that satisfying and appropriate. I learned that a KKK skit happened at Wheaton College. This is a Christian college, and an attempt to parody the Bad Boys 2 Klan thing that they did in the movie, which I thought was not funny. The football players wore KKK uniforms, carried around Confederate flags, and this college also had a couple other high-profile incidences. One, a student was arrested for videotaping a woman in a shower. It was a on-campus shower, an apartment. Second one was a student was caught throwing fruit at another student who questioned Philip Ryken, the Christian college's president, at a town hall meeting about lesbian, gay, and bisexual and transgender people. Fantastic college. I learned that Cosby accuser Jewel Allison did not come forward sooner because she did not want to let down black Americans. Ms. Allison said, and I quote, "As a black American, I felt the stakes for me were even higher. Historic images of black men being vilified en masse as sexually violent sent chills down my body. Telling my story wouldn't only help bring down Cosby, I feared it would undermine the entire black American community." I call bull. I think she was just afraid of Mr. Cosby, but that's what she said. I learned that the magazine Numero Uno did a photo shoot with a white woman in blackface for a shoot called African Queen in March of 2013. The model, his name was Odanra Harden, is blonde, blue-eyed, and had her skin darkened, and the photographer claims he was not trying to make the woman out to be black. Well, if you darkened her skin and she looked black, but you didn't want her to look black, why would you cap it off by saying the title is African Queen? Regardless, I learned that a man named Denzel Pittman is finally going to go to trial for the killings of 3 people in 2010. He stabbed 17-year-old Jade Hannah to death in the hallway of her apartment building, and upon further investigation it was found that he stabbed her mother, Stacy Cochran Hill, and her 11-year-old sister, Joy Cochran, to death. He was quoted as saying, "I always told Jade I loved her to death. I guess now she knows it's true. I told my loving wife a long time ago, before we became husband and wife, that baby, I don't love you enough to kill you." And I think all you people out there should have that talk with your spouses or girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever it may be, and let them know that you don't love them enough to kill them. I learned that what the true definition of monsters and thugs are. Stevie Foell and Michael Emery, a Michigan couple, were sentenced to life for raping a baby. The couple filmed themselves assaulting and abusing a 1-year-old girl, and law enforcement found more videos of them assaulting other children. So I guess Richard Sherman and Michael Brown really aren't thugs for bragging about winning a big game and stealing $5 worth of cigars. That these people are the true thugs and monsters of our society. I learned that on March 7th is the 50th anniversary of the march in Selma. The march took place over the Edmund Pettus Bridge, where hundreds of black Americans were beaten for the crime of wanting the government to treat them with fairness and equality. Most of the government will be attending this historic anniversary except for the Republican leadership. No John Boehner, no Mitch McConnell, nobody. And that's truly sad because it just leads people to believe that the Republicans truly don't care. And I have Republican friends, and I know that's not true. I know that the Republican Party as a whole, I think, are good people. They just have a different vision of this country. But for the leadership not to show up to this is just plain wrong and just plain sad. I learned that the white American terrorist suspect Christopher Lee Cornell was caught traveling to Washington to shoot the president in the head. He is a confessed supporter of ISIS and was going to carry out this assassination to avenge U.S. strikes on ISIS. I learned that Texas Ranger pitcher ace Hugh Darvish may be out for the year with Tommy John surgery. Man, that is just sad to hear. The kid is awesome. But he's going to another doctor for a second opinion. I just hope it's not Dr. James Andrews, because as you well know, that any athlete that goes to see Dr. James Andrews is going to get surgery. That's pretty much the end of that. Lastly, I learned that this man, Landry, was suspended by the NFL again for PED use, performance-enhancing drugs. This time the suspension is for 10 games. Last time it was 4. Take a look at the picture. He's 6 foot, 226 pound safety for the Colts, and looks like he should be a finalist for the Mr. Olympia. And that is what I've learned today. That's what I've learned in the last few days. Thank you. Have a nice day, and that's how I see it.